Hey YouTube, we're back with another video. Today we're putting strut assemblies on the rear of the Toyota Camry. The rear ones are quite a bit more aggravating than the front were. The three nuts and bolts that hold the top of the shock mount to the car are kind of under the back package tray there, and you gotta take the bottom half of the seat out to get to the bolt, to take out a seat bolster and all that, to even be able to get to the bolts, which the video is going to get a little shaky, but I'm going to show you all that real quick. Okay YouTube, this is that seat bolster I was talking about. I just set it back up in there. Anyway, you have to take out the seat pan down here to get to that bolt, and then you have to get all your stuff out of the way here, lower the seat down, find some way to get the seat belt out of the way, and then the three bolts are right in there, and they are aggravating to get in and out and torque back up. I've already done the other side, and they were an aggravating pain in the you know what. Alright, let's get on with the video. Oh yeah, YouTube, I forgot to tell y'all, oh yeah, YouTube, I forgot to tell y'all, they gave us some extra nuts and bolts to deal with back here. The one in the seat bolster and all that, and there's an extra one up here, I believe, that we didn't have on the front. Like as usual, I've loosened all the bolts for the sake of the video, but you're gonna see me. You guys are gonna see me. Actually, y'all staring at my car, weirdos. Y'all see me loosen all the bolts and take them out. But these these nuts on the front sway bar end links, they were the same size nut. On these, the replacements are actually 15s. Okay, just grab our little 10mm wrench here. That out of there. I'll try to get a list of tools needed for this as well. These bolts here that actually hold the wheel and all assembly onto the strut, they're a little more aggravating to get to back here because of all this in the way. But it can be done, and it's not all that difficult. On the strut for the other side, apparently the threads on the three nuts and bolts up top there, the top of the shock mount there, apparently they weren't exactly right from the factory. I had the nuts that came with it wouldn't really thread on too good, and then the original nuts didn't want to thread on too good. So I actually had to take a tap and run down on the threads, chase the threads. I don't know if the other one's gonna be that way or not, but okay, we got that. I don't know if the other one's gonna be that way or not. I hope not, because that took a while. But anyway, you know, cheap Chinese parts, I guess. Wish I could have afforded well, actually known and afforded the original equipment, Japanese KYBs that were on it. Back here we can get away with just undoing the bottom of the sway bar. On the front, you got to take the whole thing out, or it causes issues getting it out. Where's that 19mm wrench? Boy, it's sure nice working with loose bolts, huh? I sure hope y'all can see. Robbie! That was my neighbor, y'all. I waved at him and called his name, and he looked in the complete opposite direction. I sure made things a lot simpler using that mallet. Hey, kitty girl, come on, get off from under the car now. Come on, baby. Kitty, come on. Come on, little girl. Come on, come on. Come off from under the car now. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna drag you out by the tail. Oh wait, never mind. You don't have a tail. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, girl. Got you, little girl. Say hey to YouTube. What, are you camera shy now or something? You wasn't before. Alright, I'll let you go. Don't go back under the car. Cat. You're almost as stubborn as the other cat. Almost, but not quite. Come on out of there now. Yeah, well, that didn't work. I'm going to try using this extension here, and nope, that ain't going to work neither. Well, I guess we got to get the ratchet and socket out on it. Damn it, I was hoping to make that go quicker. When your cat comes around, y'all, you always got to stop whatever you're doing and just make time for the cat. You still under there? Yeah, I see you under there. That cat's got a habit. She'll hide by my front door, and she'll go running right in the door as soon as somebody opens it. That's about her favorite thing to do. Well, I guess she decided she ain't gonna hang out under the car no more. I think probably because I'm making so much noise. Come on now. Everything's got to make my life difficult. I guess I better quit saying stuff like that. Y'all didn't want to, I'm pretty sure y'all didn't click on this video to listen to me whine and complain. Come on now. It's almost there, YouTube. Almost. There we go. Got it. Get in there. In case y'all wondering what I'm doing back here, this bolt has kind of like a built-in washer surface on it. I'm got my 2 fingers behind it, keeping pulling on it and turning it to run it on the rest of the way out. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. By the way, YouTube, the car is on jack stands. Just so y'all know, I probably should have mentioned that before, but yeah. I used to not use jack stands, be setting them up on jacks and everything. But yeah, not doing that anymore. Of course, there we go, finally. Whew. You know, it ain't been that long ago the Harbor Freight jack stands had that recall and all on them. Yeah, that, you know, didn't really bode well for me as far as wanting to use them, but I still use them. But when I use them, I'll let the weight of the car down on them, and I'll just run the jack back up to another point on the car. So if the jack stand fails, I still have a second line of defense to keep the car from falling completely on the ground. Alright, I'm going to pause this video while I do those 3 bolts up top, because the set on 3 on the other side took a long time, and I wouldn't want to have y'all staring off into space for that long. Alright, so I'll bring you back when it's time to pull this out, guys. Okay, sorry about that, YouTube. It's hard to tell when the camera's running. It's hard to tell when this camera's running or not running. Alright, when I took that last nut out, it dropped, kind of just dropped out for me, so there we go. That's going to be pretty easy for us, thankfully. We'll just get that on out of the way. And I can tell that these nuts here are messed up too, so I'm gonna have to run a tap on them, YouTube, so I'll be right back with you again. Okay, YouTube, we got that thread problem squared away. I'm using the original nuts. See, they actually spin right on there all the way down now. So we don't have a problem with that anymore. Even after running the tap over them, the bolts that came with it wouldn't fit. Well, I mean, you could put them on there, but you were really struggling to try to turn the wrench. And I was like, I just got thinking, no, I won't do that. I'll just change the nut back, leave it at the original factory one, and not have to worry about it. And that's what I did, and it worked. This is putting putting this strut up in this tiny little hole and trying to line up 3 nuts and bolts in the hole, it's only mildly infuriating. That right there. YouTube, I ain't got time to go with you, take me with me, but we're running up top to put one of these nuts on so it don't fall back out. Okay, we got that, YouTube. This job's, like I said, getting this thing in here is only mildly infuriating. And the fact that this thing doesn't sit exactly straight up and down, it sits at an odd angle. Okay, now I had to stick that extension through there. This one was being real aggravating. Where'd that other one go? Oh, there it is. Put that back in its little hole before we put the bolt in. That's the brake line. You mess that one up, you will lose your brakes. Okay, there we go. I think we can get the nuts to start now, YouTube. We're pretty well close to it. Stick that nut right there. Take our ratchet and spin. These YouTube, the front bolts here, they torque to 159 foot-pounds. These, according to everything I'm reading, only go to 89, 88 or 89. I'm not sure. Well, that's that. Let's grab the sway bar end link, the new one. Get out of that plastic. Okay, I need my little mini. Oh, there they are. The nuts on these, YouTube, are larger than the they're larger than the ones that were on it originally. Okay. Let's see about getting our vice grips on there where we can tighten these on down. Okay. Those was 14. No, those ones are 15. Yeah, the new nuts, I believe, if I remember correctly, YouTube, are 15 millimeter. Well, I'll say they're 15 millimeter. They mighty tight. I think we went through this on the other side, and they wasn't 15. They were real tight on the 15, and then 16 was so loose it spun, if I remember right. Now, what did I do with that little ratchet? Oh, there it is. Huh, fits pretty good on this lower one, YouTube. And yes, I'm still using that broken ratchet because I didn't feel like going back to town and back to the store to get one. These torque down to 29 foot-pounds, YouTube. Okay. Now, maybe I can tighten this up without my big ugly face getting right in the camera's way for y'all. Sorry about that, YouTube. I hope I didn't scare any of y'all. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for your years of psychiatric help from having to see that. I will not take responsibility. I think after I get my shed built, I'm thinking that, I mean, after I get this done. I think my next project might be a shed building and then possibly air tools. This manual wrenching stuff might be getting for might be for the birds. Of course. Really ain't nothing. For some reason I can't really clamp on to nothing back there, YouTube. Not sure what that's all about. Have I got them too loose? I'd say that was 29 foot-pounds. Alright, let's put our other little hootin' dooters and doodads all back in their place. My brothers Ronnie and Tomboy, they'll be the only ones that catch the significance of me saying hootin' dooter. I guess I'll explain it to y'all. My mother's boyfriend Harry was an A+ mechanic. I mean, this guy was like, this dude bought parts off eBay and built a listening device, and then he built an AM radio with a toilet paper roll and some wire. This dude was A+. But anyway, that's just something that he used to say. Who's still around, alive, I mean. He'd probably be able to tell me how to do this and not ever have to break a sweat. He was that good of a mechanic. You just tell him what your car was doing, he could near about tell you what it was, even on these modern cars. He could even do body work. He fixed a dent in my brother's truck, and hell, you couldn't ever tell the dent was there. Okay, what did... I hope that camera didn't hear that little butt burp. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I didn't mean to. This was just aggravating, getting this brake line tab to line up with the new one. Alright, I'm gonna have to get a wrench on that somewhere and kind of bend it back, I believe. See, in all those professional videos, they don't show you all this part. That's why I like guys, a lot like guys like me, to watch their videos. See, every time they bust their knuckles, or have things not quite lined back up the way they should, you know. I guess the old one had holes slightly backwards and lower than this, because this hole is kind of seems to be forward some and up as to where it actually needs to be. Won't bend this shit too much, but it's like I may have to. I'm not a big fan of bending this brake lines up, but so we'll have to. Yeah, you couldn't. I wouldn't suggest it, and I'd probably tell you not to. I wonder how many guys have done this job and just left that bolt out because they couldn't get it back in. I think I'm going to use an extension with that YouTube. I test drove it around the neighborhood yesterday, YouTube, after putting new struts on the front, and yeah, it drives a lot better. Still needs an alignment though, but it'll have to go to a shop for that, because I'm not even going to attempt that here in the yard with just these few piddly crackerjack tools that I got. It's going in at an angle, that's why it's being so aggravating, but there it is, it's done. Alrighty, YouTube, I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to go upstairs there and tighten up those 3 nuts. When we come back, we'll be setting the car down, putting the wheels back on it, setting it down, and tightening those 3 nuts up with the full weight on the car. Alright, hold on. Alright, YouTube, let's get the wheel on it. And I did torque the two main nut and bolts down. I just didn't turn the camera on for it. You know, my message for that was a little bit unorthodox. Alright, let's set her on the ground, boys and girls. Okay, YouTube, thank y'all for watching. I would appreciate it if y'all would please like, subscribe, and comment. While we had the camera off, we the 3 nuts and bolts for the shock tower on the top of the shock tower, we torqued them down. They didn't really need any more torquing on, so they were good. But anyway, this project is now finished. We're going to go ahead and pick our tools up. Let y'all go on back to your lives and pick the tools up, and then we'll take the car for our test drive. And I'm thinking I'm going to show y'all the video of putting the interior part of the car back together that we had to take apart. I think I'm going to show y'all that video tomorrow, since I didn't show y'all the disassembly. Be a quick little video to show y'all that. Okay, good night, YouTube. Thank y'all for watching.